This is Gamble Quest, where we discuss all things gambling, poker, blackjack, roulette, dice. It doesn't matter. If you're gambling on it, we discussing it. Let's go on this journey together as we educate ourselves on the gambling world. What's up, everybody? This is Emmanuel at Gamble Quest, and today we're going to be interviewing Dandre. He was in the Navy, and now he does comedy. We're going to talk a little bit about poker, specific games, No Limit Hold'em, and Pot Limit Omaha. My first question to you, Dandre, man, is first of all, thank you for taking time out your day interviewing with me. How did you first tell us a little bit about your background? How old are you? Where you're from? Just a quick little summary.
I'm from a small town called Preston, Georgia. I'm 30 years old. I'm currently still in the military. Been in 12 years now. I've been in 12 years. Yeah, I've been living in. I lived in Jacksonville, Florida. Then lived overseas in Japan, San Diego, Hawaii, and now I'm in Tampa at the moment. Been doing comedy. This year will be my 7-year anniversary. 7-year anniversary this year of doing comedy.
Okay, good. So what was your introduction to poker? How did you get involved with poker? Because I met you at the poker room, Win Derby, and we started talking when you sat down at the table. How did you get involved with poker?
I remember it. They was playing a quarter game. And I went back home. I was on leave. And I was like, man, you know what? Let me see what they doing. So I had to learn. So like my homeboy would get mad at me because I was folding the money every time. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing because nobody told me. So I literally learned poker in a 30-minute span. And then from there, I just started going. And this was back in 2016, 17. So it was 16.
Mm-hmm.
So when I learned that, it was like a.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, it was a group. It was a group of people I grew up with. It was like older because I'm the youngest of the group. Like out of the group of people, everybody was always 3 to 4 years older than me. So when I came back home this particular time, everybody was playing like they was at the trap house. So I'm over there looking. I'm like, what's these brothers up to? So and it just came out to be like that.
So so you was at a trap house learning how to play.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, when I met you playing. We were playing Pot Limit Omaha, PLO.
Yeah.
But you were playing Hold'em before you came over to the Pot Limit Omaha game.
Right.
Which do you prefer, No Limit Hold'em or Pot Limit Omaha, and why?
I prefer Omaha.
Omaha. Why is that?
Pot Limit. Because of the odds and the people you're playing against. And it's no strategy to that one. It's no strategy.
Okay.
And I get more content out of that. But I will say I do like to play Hold'em with gay guys. Because it's funny because they always fold in straights.
I wasn't expecting that. I was like, where's he going with this one?
No, it's a true story. That's a true story actually. That's a true story.
Yeah.
I will never forget. I was at this I was a private poker house at one point in time in my military career. And while we was out there playing, they told me, they were like, hey, you got a couple people that's a part of the alphabet. I said, okay, cool, I don't care, whatever. And I didn't know why people be so happy for them to be on the table. But these boys used to fold straights. Like anytime they get a straight, they just fold it. Didn't care how much money was in the pot, but let them get a straight in their hand.
Like, no, I'm serious. Like no joking, for real.
No, I'm serious. Like dead serious.
Okay.
The only way they'll stay if it was like a straight flush. That's the only way they'll stay. If it's just a flush, just a straight, they're folding.
Wow.
They're folding.
Yeah.
It was just the funniest thing I ever seen in my life.
Dang, that's crazy. So Dandre, what was the biggest hand you've ever played, win or lost, and how did that hand play out if you can remember?
Actually, it was one recent.
Mm-hmm.
The night I met you, right after you left, I had seven deuce. I had seven deuce in my hand, and I
Mm-hmm.
flopped quad deuces.
Oh wow.
And some of the guys, they were going pot, so I was just like call, call, call. I didn't have to do nothing. Pot came out to be almost $6 grand that night.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
on that table we was on, everybody had at least $800.
Wow.
And so when I flopped quads, I was like, yeah, I'm good. Like it's nothing. I can't lose right now. And it
Mm-mm.
wasn't a flush out there either.
Yeah, you were good.
Only thing, the only thing that came out was on the river. This dude had pocket aces, and the ace hit the river, and he
Mm.
shot out there. I only had like $25 left at that point when they were potting,
Yeah.
potting. So when they did that, I was like, okay, cool. And I turned over quad. Riley went crazy. Samuel went crazy.
Yeah.
White dude with the blonde hair. I was like,
Uh.
shit, y'all pay my child support for the next 5 months, bro. I appreciate it.
Hey, I know when he seen that ace on that river, he thought he had the one too.
Man, what? I'm talking about they jumped out there, but it was one of the ones like if it wasn't for me flopping it, I probably wouldn't have stayed. I wouldn't have stayed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then the another one that I had that I lost, I had ace king suited, and this joker called me with 6-4 offsuit.
Mm-hmm.
The flop was ace deuce four. The turn was a
Mm-hmm.
nine, and then the river just happened to be a six.
Mm.
Just happened to be a six. And I was
Yeah.
already raising. I'm like, okay. But that wasn't the biggest pop, but that was like the biggest heartbreak, like a little 6-4
Yeah.
offsuit.
And he and
But
he hit you in the head with 6-4 offsuit.
offsuit, like how? Like why would you stay? And I made it $150 on the flop.
Yeah.
But
It's like
some
I
people
guess
got
that's the gambling aspect of the game of poker.
yeah. So I was
Yeah.
mad, but then I got up and I walked away because I was like, I put myself on tip, and then I don't want to be that person like sitting in the casino like, dang, I just really look back at it. I lost this much money because I'm upset. Nah, I just took a break, walked
Yeah.
away. So
We
yeah,
gon' we gonna come back to that, DeAndre,
okay.
about tip. We're gonna come back to that. Uh, do you see any correlations between poker and life? And
Yeah.
if so, what are a couple?
So for one, it teaches you patience. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're impatient, and I look at it like this, if you're impatient, you won't be able to succeed in anything. Now there are times where you can have that fast. Like I look at playing fast poker, it's just like being in the
Mm-hmm.
fast life, like being a dope boy and all that. You live in that fast, like quick money scheme. But the quicker you
Mm-hmm.
make the money, the quicker you can lose it. So the quicker I'm making the money in the streets, the quicker I can go to jail and being behind bars for like 15 to 20 years. That's how I look at
Mm-hmm.
it with poker life.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then you also meet, and then you can learn another thing. You can learn people. Like I learned people skills. Like I learned different races. That's how I became very you can say I'm a people person. I'm able to talk to all races because I play with
Mm-hmm.
them and I learn their culture. I learn as we at the table. Like, yes, some people don't talk, some people do, but then when you at a friendly game, they will converse with you. So now they help me in my personal life where I can go out to the outside world and I can see a Filipino. I can speak Tagalog. I can speak French. I can speak Dutch. I can't speak it fluently, but I know enough to hold a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the purpose. That's the perks of like looking at poker and how it translates into my everyday life.
Mm. So you've learned like certain languages or certain words because of playing poker with
Hmm.
different races.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Um, do you think so? You were in the Navy, right? I just want to make sure that's
Yes.
correct. Okay. So do you think your Navy background allows you to analyze a hand or a person that helps you in poker?
Hell no.
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 No. Okay.
No.
Because I know y'all go through certain trainings and stuff like that in order to enter the military. So I don't know if that helped you when you reading people or.
That comes with I can say this, they teach you to pay attention to details. So like yes, that can come into play, but then if like some of the trainings that we go to, they're not as strict as they used to be back in the day when I first joined. Like
Mm-hmm.
now they're kind of like relaxed a little bit, so it's not the same. Now, if you would have asked me that question back in like 2012, 13, 14, I would have been like, yes. But since
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing poker and I like looking at the military aspect of it,
Mm-hmm.
I can't really say it did. But I am a very observant person due to my personal background, childhood, growing up. I'm always
Mm-hmm.
looking at people movement. I'm looking at how you act, how you talk. Like you notice when we was at the table, mostly only the black people spoke to the black people, unless
Mm-hmm.
they knew the people at the table. Like me, nobody spoke to me at the table except for Riley and the white dude with the long hair.
Mm-hmm.
Then the only two that spoke to me. And then like down the road, that's when everybody started speaking when they heard me talk about the comedy life, and that's when they
Mm-hmm.
wanted to get my phone number and social
Mm-hmm.
media and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. Um, I just I've been playing so long, and I've been used to the people I'm playing with for so long. I never noticed. I can't remember people not talking to me at the table. Usually most of the time at the poker rooms, I see a lot of more friendly people than I do mostly at the casino. I think I think at the casinos they're a little bit more serious. I think the poker rooms are a little bit more laid back to me. But
Right.
I don't know if you have that same experience.
I really want to
And I
go to the casino and play, but I just every time I go to the Hard Rock, it's always like packed. Like
yes, yes,
I can't even get on the table. Like I really want to go to the Omaha over there one night. I just want to do it. Just see how it goes.
yeah,
Hold them.
yeah.
I don't really
The games
care.
over there, are good. They have the 2-2 PLO, and they also have the 2-5 PLO, which plays really big.
And
Um,
what's the buy-in?
if I can remember, the 2-2 is like 300 to 1,000, and then the 2-5 is bigger than that. So it's probably the minimum is probably 1,000 or 800, I think,
Mm.
and the max is probably 3K, something like
Yeah, see,
that.
that's my type of game. Put me in there because I already know what
Yeah.
I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna either play. I'm gonna either go drink, but I'm gonna tell the waitress, "Hey, I'm a recovering alcoholic. So anytime I ask for a drink, give me a cup and just pour water in it. And I can fake
Yeah.
drunk all day. I've been in the Navy long enough. I know how to act drunk.
Yeah. you, you
Just
you
that,
think that'll give you an advantage over the players when you faking drunk, being
yeah,
drunk?
because they gonna be like this. Oh, he don't know what he doing. Da da da. Because like me, I have a theory. And I
Uh-huh.
sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. When I first go there, I burn $100 on purpose. I always
Mm-hmm.
start off short stack just to burn it. Burn it. Now I'm looking at now I'm looking at you. Now I'm trying to figure out how you play. Because I noticed everybody play tight. And then when
Mm-hmm.
it's a loose game, let's say it's a friendly game, they still go play ace king like their pocket aces.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna play anything suited, ace suited, something. They go play it hard. Even if they miss the board, they go keep representing. So I had to learn to look at the board, read the people, know if like say for example, if I'm sitting beside you and me and you in the pot, 9 times out of 10, I'm not even gonna look at the board. I check it all the way down. But as soon as you start betting, and I look at your body language, like let's say your eyebrow raise up when the ace hit the turn. Now I know you
Mm-hmm.
probably got an ace. Let's
Mm-hmm.
say you start blinking like this. That means you can't believe you finally hit. You didn't hit before. So now I'm
True.
like, now I'm looking. Then you got some people they don't even know it. Like consciously, like unconsciously, when they playing, if they card hit, they turn their head a certain way. People who sit like this, I already know your next move. You finna sit back and you go wait for the like wait a whole minute, then say all in. Like yeah, bro, we already know what you got. You don't have to sit there and wait and burp all in. You do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
Wow.
they
Okay.
just sit. That's what I sit back and do. That's why I like going to the Derby because Derby, they have a lot of characters. I don't
Yeah.
like playing. I do not like playing 1-2 at the Derby.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. One
Why
two I
don't you
can't
like
do
playing the 1-2?
because of the players over there. They're like they real tight and then they get attitudes.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I play a 1-2 game, I'm playing the worst hands in poker.
Yeah. Yeah. I think 1-2 I play a little bit loose too because the pots be so small. You be trying to create a pot
Exactly.
so you can win some money. When the money do go in, I think it does. Sometimes it just makes you play hands that you shouldn't be playing.
Exactly. Because you think about it, you can limp in with $3. You go if you let me lip in with $2, cool. If you like, I'm willing to pay $10 in that game because they're
Hmm.
not going over 10. You might
Yeah.
catch that one person that might do 20, or he'll do like a 15 to see if anybody call. You might get two callers, and then you go here on the board. Oh, I had a king. Oh, I had it. Well, guess what? You folded.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
came over, and I'm pretty sure y'all only here to do what? Play for time.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because I got my first play for time last month. I was like, what? That's why people come here for them $500.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
You get 50 hours, you get paid $500.
Mm-hmm.
I don't play that because I play online. I don't
Mm-hmm.
spend that much time in the poker rooms in the casino anymore because it's just so convenient for me to play from my phone. So I haven't got that in a long time. But it is good
Gotcha.
though that they give you some money back for playing though.
Yeah, so I was like looking, I was like this, like back in December, I was like, I went there that day when we met, I had already had like 20 hours. And then I was like,
Mm,
you know what? I can come here every day. I can do 3 to 5. But sometimes I go and I tell them like, hey, I'm on the table. I'm not really trying to play. I'm just getting my time. But I
mm,
will, play a couple hands, keep the money going around. And then uh I just happened to be hitting that day. Like I tell people in poker, you guaranteed to hit one hand.
mm-hmm.
You guaranteed. Now, when that guaranteed hand, you might go 4 or 5 hours without hitting, but guess what? You be patient enough, you go hit one,
Yeah.
and I'm a
Yeah.
and I'm a and I support the bum pots.
Yeah. You like the ball
Cause
pots.
man, what Omaha bum pot all in on the
Yeah.
flop. Hold 'em. If I touch the board on hold 'em, I'm all in. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm all
Yeah.
in because either
Yeah.
you gonna make a decision to be like, man, what you got? Everything.
Yeah.
Because as soon as
So
they start asking me like, what do you have? Everything.
yeah.
Everything you don't have.
so DeAndre, how do you practice outside of the table? How do you sharpen your skills? Do you watch videos? Do you read books? Like how do you become better? Or you just pay
Uh,
attention at the table, you learn while you're playing?
Honestly, I treat it like comedy. I practice it. I read over it as in I look at the Vegas. I look at the Vegas championship league, the World Series of Poker, and I watch the
Mm-hmm.
videos and I look at how they played. I'm like, I look at some people who are disciplined. Like I seen a dude fold pocket pair, and even though he flopped trips, it was just a discipline that he could fold. I seen one dude fold ace king suited. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay. And I know some people who would like go crazy, but he would have lost a hand. But it's the fact that he folded. I'm like, okay, let me study why he
Mm-hmm.
did this, or let me see if anybody else do this. And I'm over here like, if you got a feeling, I learned this too. If I have a feeling, I'm just gonna go with my feeling. But if I have
Mm-hmm.
doubts, I'm just gonna get off of it. If I get one little doubt, like, nah, just wait till the next hand. I will.
Mm-hmm.
Versus if it come down to it, if I'm in the hand, I'm looking at it and say I got pocket aces. I have folded aces before. If I get pocket aces,
Mm-hmm.
I just fold it sometimes because
Pre-flop.
pre-flop.
Wow. I've never folded aces pre-flop.
Yeah, and then it was
Never.
one time I did it on accident where I messed around and flipped my cards over, and they saw aces come out, and then everybody was like looking like, "What the fuck is he doing?" I was like, "Yeah, I folded," and I was like, "Yeah, I just want to sit back and relax." Sometimes, like, it depends on the game. Sometimes I'm like, sometimes I'm just trolling. Sometimes
Okay.
I'm just trolling.
Okay. All right, DeAndre, how do you deal with losing? Because we gambling. A lot of people always talk about how much they won, when they won, but there's a losing aspect to the game of gambling and poker and life. How do you
Yeah.
deal with losing? Do you tilt? Because to me, it just seems like you the type of person that's kind of just laid back. You don't let a whole lot of stuff bother you at the table. From what I seen, but maybe you was winning. So when I played with you, so I probably would have never seen it anyway. But do you tilt? Do you get mad? Do you get upset? And how do you deal with losing?
I don't get mad at a table. Like I laugh with you, I joke with you, and then I have a moment where I scoot back from the table and like regather myself because I have been in a situation where I did get on tilt,
Mm-hmm.
and I just had enough money on the table at the time where the people that was going against me was short stacked, so it was always like I'm on tilt, I'm on tilt, I'm on tilt. And I'm telling them I'm on tip. Like I'm calling everything. Like it was for like 9 hands in a row. I'll call everything. I didn't even look at my hand. That's how mad I was because a
Wow.
dude called me. A dude called me with 8-3 offsuit, and
Mm-hmm.
I flopped trips, and he ended up hitting a one card flush on me with a fucking three. And it made it that right there, it tilted me so bad. Like I was mad, but then again, I was like, you know what? He ain't worth it. Like he ain't worth it. It
Yeah.
wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
And then when I'm losing, if I lose a lot, like I'm not gonna lie. I have been in a moment where I lost 4 grand in the casino. I have.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't 4 grand of my money. It was money I had won. I have a gambling account.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do,
Mm-hmm.
an old man told me before, when you gamble, you got to be able to self-discipline yourself. If you win money, go ahead and put it up. Don't put it in your account, because you see your account, you're gonna be like, oh, I got money. I can go back and do it again. Pay yourself for what you already initially put in. Put the rest of your
Mm-hmm.
money into a stock. Put your money into your cars, or um, put it towards a bill.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime I won money like that, I always paid, like, at the time, like right now I don't have a car note. So when I did have a car note, I pay, like, let's say I won 1,000, I put 600 into my car.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll
Okay.
go find my light bill. I'll overpay my light bill. I used to always make sure my bills was up to par so I can do dumb stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I call it dumb stuff
So
because some people tell you otherwise, like gambling is dumb. To me, it's a lifestyle. Like I enjoy doing it. It's a hobby. Like, do I
mhm.
know my limits? Yes. Do I have times where I go over my limit? Yes. But guess what? Money comes and go. Everybody go see
Absolutely.
money again.
Absolutely. So when you do have a big win, you take that money and put it towards, instead of putting it in your account. I just want to be clear. You
Hmm.
typically just put it towards something like a bill or a car note or a stock or investment. You don't put it in your account. You don't count it and put it in your pocket. You just take the initial money that you started with. You take that back, but the other money you put it towards something else.
Depends on the limit. So, like, say for the day you met me, I won 6 grand, right?
Mm-hmm.
That day, I put $1,000 in each of one of my accounts.
Okay.
And then after that, the rest of them went into stocks. Then I was like, okay, now bills. And then I will keep like $300 or $400 cash, and I go to the bar, go kick it with my
Okay.
homegirl. She a bartender. So I
For sure.
I go have a drink or two and get me a little session by myself, and people be like, "Why he acting bougie?" I go spend $200 instead of the session by myself and get one bottle to myself, and then people go try to be like, "Oh, who you?" All I gotta do is just show my shirt, and then they be like, "Oh, I seen you on TV." Nah, no, you didn't. I ain't gonna tell you where you see me at. I ain't gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Cause now I don't want you to be in my face. So when I get
Yeah.
out, when I leave the bar, that's when people be like, "Hey man, let me get your IG." And then some people do be following me already from IG.
Yeah. Okay.
So
That's
that's the
awesome.
perks of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just came with discipline too, and it's just something I learned over time. Like I said, an
Mm-hmm.
old man. Well, can't really say old man. This is my grandfather. He's a big
Mm-hmm.
poker player too. Once he found out I like poker, he started playing with me, and we'll play against each other. And I had to learn, like, he the one that taught me patience and taught me how to slow and steady win the race. Because at
Mm-hmm.
first, like playing with the trap house, it just
Mm-hmm.
you don't have time to think. Like, you know how you be
Yeah.
like, it's your turn to bet. Either you check a bet. It ain't no such thing as you get 5 seconds. You get 2 seconds with them. Either you go put your money up or you'll sit up. That's it.
DeAndre, I keep on hearing like trap houses. Did you come from that background? Did you come from the the street background?
If I'm being realistic,
Yeah.
yay and nay.
Okay.
Yay and nay. Because I was raised by my mom, but me and her having so much difficulties, I was living with my uncle. And I lived
Mm-hmm.
around with other family members. So I did become a neighborhood kid. That's what we call it. A neighborhood kid. So now I'm able to go to these different houses. And then when I did move back in with my mom when I got a little bit older, it was at the point where I realized as long as I didn't touch the car, like I had a car at the time, but as long as I didn't touch the car, she didn't care what I did. So I
Mm-hmm.
used to start riding my bicycle. So I'll be up and down the street on the bicycle. I'm staying out till 4 or 5 in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
and she wouldn't say nothing. So I was like, cool, whatever. As long as I don't got the car, you won't bother me. So now I'm learning. I was already learning the streets because of school. I'm already in the
Mhm.
school. I'm watching kids walk up. I ain't never seen a kid walk around with $1,000 before until I got the 7th grade. I'll never forget it. Dude walked in with $1,000. I'm over here thinking I got money and I got $12 in my pocket. Back then, $12 was a little something. You know, you can go buy
Yeah,
4 or 5 ice creams. You go get 6 different women. So like
exactly.
when I
$1,000 is unheard of for a seventh grader.
yes. And
Yeah.
this and you gotta think about it. That just this is not when I went to school in Atlanta. Now, when I was in school in Atlanta in 2010 and up, I was seeing kids with racks. Now this is
Mhm.
where I'm like, okay, I need an allowance or I need to get a job. Cause I'm thinking McDonald's was the payout. Cause these boys working at McDonald's.
Mhm.
I didn't know they was on the side slinging that stuff. So I was
Mhm.
like, okay. And so I had to learn that way, but I never sold illegal substance. I always sold stuff you can get over the counter.
Okay.
Cause I got kicked out of school for selling Viagra. I'm for real. That was a
Oh,
true story.
I mean, what? Okay, what age were you selling Viagra?
It was in
Huh?
'09. It was '09 in my freshman year of high school.
So, so,
It was
so
'08,
what?
'09. I had to be 14. I was
So high
14.
school students were buying Viagra.
Yeah, so this is I shit you not. I will tell you this is the true story. I was at Webster County School and it was like I was in Dr. Bird class. We was in the English class. And then this white dude had said something to me in that class and it just went over my head. The next period was science. So we get to the science class and he said it again and he said it out loud. He said, man, how them black girl be taking that donkey dick? So now I'm like, I never watched porn at this time in my life. I'm like,
Hmm.
what are you talking about? So he talking and then I ended up watching porn. I saw that. I said, I ain't equivalent to that. So me trying to figure out how do black people make their Johnson grow, I was like, all right, cool. So now you remember back in the day you watch TV and then if you leave your TV on at like 3 o'clock in the morning, you get these them commercials.
Yeah,
So there was
yeah.
a commercial that came on. I don't know if God woke me up and wanted me or there was the devil doing it. But I woke up to a commercial and I'll never forget it was the Happy Bob commercial, NASCAR. It
Mhm.
was a NASCAR commercial, and they was talking about Viagra, how it made him smile more, do more. So I was like,
Mhm.
all right, cool. We go to Walmart, me and this other guy, and it was like three of us that went to Walmart that day. Went to Walmart. I didn't steal. I can sit there and say that I didn't steal. That person did steal it. I
Mhm.
was just a distributor. Like you can hit me with the did I sell it? Yeah. Did I steal that
Mhm.
motherfucker? Mm-mm. I ain't going
Yeah,
down for stealing now. I
yeah,
got stole 2 times in my life, and I didn't get caught the first time I stole. I stole my mama on gingerbread man cookies, but
yeah.
I had I didn't get caught for that one. But when I stole some money from somebody, I got caught, and then I realized I can't beat a grown person
Yeah,
at this age of my life.
yeah.
So I go to school. I'm telling the kid. I told the white boy. I said, "Hey man, I got the pills that make your dick grow like them black boys in the porn star." So
Yeah.
I read the back. It said you cannot have more than two. So I told him you can buy two, and I can't give you no more for another 2 weeks. He said,
Mhm.
"Cool." He ended up taking them in school. The boy is sweating in class. He's sweating in class. Now he told his other homeboy about me. Like I was literally selling Viagra for 3 days. I got caught on the third day. I had 2 pills left. 2 pills left. And I'm
So word got around quick.
the word got around quick. Like and it was the crazy part about it. The school is not that big. That's the crazy part. The school is
Mhm.
not that big.
Mhm.
So the fact that when everybody coming to me, I'm like, all right, cool. Like, let me get this off me, get it off me. This particular day when I got caught, the white boy was asking me for it. He kept asking. I said, I can't sell it to you. I gotta wait 2 weeks. He said, man, it made me feel good. I feel a thrill. I said, I can't sell it to you because your heart might bust. I
Yeah,
I might be a fucked up kid, but I did care a little bit. I did care about
yeah.
his own health. But the simple fact that he kept coming and I kept saying no, he ended up telling on me. So when my schoolhouse thought it was like the best drug bust ever. I was in the newspaper and everything.
Dang.
When they pulled me over, when they took me to the office, my uncle had to come get me, right? My uncle face said it all. Like he was trying to hold it in and not laugh, but I know he wanted to laugh because he saw the pills. Now, don't get me wrong. not all the pills was Viagra. It was only 2 Viagra pills. The other pill was a
Yeah.
Tylenol pill. One pill was a Tylenol pill. The other pill was a what was it? It was an aspirin.
Yeah.
I had aspirin because I had a headache and I knew I was gonna take one, so I only had 4 pills on me. But they looking at the
Yeah.
money. I had like $600 worth of cash on me, so
Yeah.
they couldn't prove that I was selling. They just knew that I was the person that the people were talking about in the schoolhouse. So they end up kicking me out and sending me to alternative school for
Mm-hmm.
the last 2 weeks of school. The last 2 weeks of school. This is '09.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then I
Wow.
get word, I get a phone call, like, people talking to me, to my man, what's up, man? You selling that stuff again? Man, I ain't selling nothing. I ain't doing none of that stuff no more. I quit
Yeah.
selling. Even when I
Yeah.
sold dope, I sold dope for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Like dead serious.
Well, yeah. What happened with that?
Uh my uncle, so what happened was the dude, I got a cousin, he was like really, really big in the dope game, and he told me he would go put me in. He would go front
Mhm.
me a little something. So as soon as he put it in my hand, my uncle just happened to drive up and he drove past us and he saw me outside. When
Mhm.
I tell you that truck slid on brakes and I heard vroom, like turn back around, oh, I
Mhm.
said, hell no.
Mhm.
I remember how he whooped my ass for Viagra. I can only imagine what he gonna do
For
when I do
sure.
something with weed. So I was
For
like,
sure.
nah, I never sold weed, never.
That's good. Hey, I
So
want to transition. I want to
go
transition
ahead.
back to poker real quick. So,
All right.
what was the strangest or funniest thing you seen at the poker table, if you can remember?
Uh, I say the funniest thing was the gay thing when they fought in
Yeah.
the street.
Okay. The
That
phone
was
streets.
pretty much the fun. Now the weirdest thing I ever seen. Oh, boyfriend and girlfriend get engaged. He proposed to her, right, at the
Mm.
poker lounge, and I think at this time I was at Best Bet in Jacksonville, Florida.
Jacksonville. Yep.
Yeah, so we over there. I'm on Monument. I was on the one on Monument. Dude had proposed to his girl and everything. They were happy. They was in there. So she wanted to go home. She was over there watching the dogs. He's over there playing poker. Mindful, Buddy winning. Buddy don't hit like 2 or 3 hot hands.
Mm-hmm.
She don't went over there and told him, if you don't get your ass up so we can go home, I'm gonna do something to make you hate me. Buddy didn't listen. Tell me why that girl over there kissing another man on another table just to see if he gonna get mad. And all hell broke loose that day. I remember that day like it was nothing. Like how
Wow.
you freshly engaged and you upset because you want to go home, but your man is winning. Like the boy was on fire. It's one of them days where they say when they're getting good, you got to get them.
Yeah.
If you This man hit 3 hot hands in a row. It was every 30 minutes you were getting paid out
Mhm.
for your hot hand. This man hit
Yeah.
3 back to back. So you know
Wow.
how that, and then that extra money on top of what's in the pot and all that stuff. So now
Mm-hmm.
the dude he had a lot of money. I don't remember the exact balance, but he had a lot. And when
Mm-hmm.
that went down, man, Buddy got up and showed his ass. They had to get escorted out.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
They had to get escorted out.
Wow.
Poker will. I tell women this all the time. Well, not just women, all spouses, whether it's male on male, female on female, or male on woman, man, woman on man, whatever
Mhm.
they want to do, what they like. I always tell them this: if you got a man who got a lifestyle before you, don't try to change that man. Let him change for you. Because when I was married, me and my wife had a situation where I tell her like, when I used to win money like this, I used to
Mhm.
just give it to my. I used to just give it to her, or she'll see it on the counter. She'll be like, "Where you get this from?" She's like, "Oh, we got money. Go ahead. Already got my cut. That's the
Mhm.
leftover. I
Mhm.
got my cut." Then after a while, where it got to the point where I didn't want to be around. I didn't want to be around my wife at one point in time because we had issues going on. So I used to use poker to get out of
Mhm.
the situation, because
Mhm.
I knew for a fact I can always go back to regain my peace, not peace, but regain my patience.
Mhm.
Anytime I feel like I'm losing patience, I'll go play poker or I'll go fishing. They're my 2 things that
Mhm.
help me get back with patience.
Okay. Do you think it helps your relationship when you went and played poker and got time to like to cool off, go by yourself, and come back? Do you think that helped?
It was a temporary fix
Okay.
because as a woman, they gonna still want to have that conversation. They still gonna
Hmm.
want to talk. They still gonna want to know. And I'm like this. I don't want to talk about it. Like I don't clear my head. I'm cool with moving on. But it come down to what was the one? Like I come home from the casino and I'm looking down on the floor. You're drunk. You don't went to the store, bought some alcohol. You don't even drink, and you're passing out on the floor.
Mm.
And it got to the point where we were just like really that messed up as a person, like as a
Couple.
as a yeah, a couple, marriage, a unit, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Okay. So what motivated you to join the Navy?
it wasn't nothing that motivated me. I tell you the truth. I went to college. I went to the University of West Georgia, played basketball. I had made the walk-on team. So
Hmm.
once I got on the practice squad, right,
Hmm.
I didn't know the practice squad ain't nobody. We just some dummies. We dummies. So I ended up trying to like convince. I used to try to get the assistant coach to come to the open gym, and I like come watch me play. So this one particular day he came out there, and I was like, just give me a shot, like put me on the team. I want to play with my two closest friends at the time was on the basketball team, so I was trying my
Okay.
best to play with them. Man, I end up I tried to dunk. No, yeah, I tried to dunk on somebody. I broke my foot.
Mm.
Broke my foot. And then I saw
Mm.
my medical bill. That medical bill was $11,000. I
Jeez.
quit school. I quit school 2 days later and joined the military.
Yeah. So the bill made you motivated you to go to the Navy.
Yeah, and it was like, and this is one of the things. It was like a a quick transition. It wasn't no impulse, no nothing. It was like I hurt my foot. At this time, I had a cousin. He was already in the military, and me and him was sitting there talking. Every time he came home, everybody looked at him like he was this big baller. So I was like, man, what you doing? He like, man, the military. So
Hmm.
one day we was in the car. The second day after I left the ER, right, I was
Hmm.
hard headed. I didn't wear my boot, and then I was just walking around with a messed up foot. Just kept, just being black.
Hmm.
So me and him talking, he was like, "Hey man, you should join the military and replace me." So me, because it's like my big cousin, I actually looked up to him growing up. So he was like, come replace me, come replace me, come replace me." I didn't even know what he did in the military. Thank God I did not replace him. He was a cook.
Mm.
I'm an IT. I'd
Yeah.
be damned if I be working 18-hour days for nothing.
Yeah.
And I can't cook. So I knew y'all meal was gonna be messed up. But that was the turning point for me and joining the military. I ended up joining in January of 2013. And
Hmm.
from there I shipped out in May. So I stayed in school. Like I quit, like I was mentally gone in school. It was so bad that my second semester of classes, I had school on Tuesday and Thursday, and my
Hmm.
class was at 5 p.m. and 7 p.m.
Mm.
That was it. So imagine going to school just them 2 days a week, 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. That's it.
Mm. Yeah. You got a lot of free time on your hand.
Did I? I mean, I partied like a rock star. Then I got a job because I was still like a piece of me was upset that I didn't get to play college ball. Two, I didn't get to be with my homeboys because I wanted to be on the road with them and like party with them,
Hmm.
play with them. Like that was just my goal. Like once I met these two guys, like we all connected. Like we straight up connected. It wasn't
Hmm.
no I gotta test you. No, we was like brothers from like day one.
Hmm.
Like day one. When you see us on campus, you'll be like a little trio.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's how that was.
Okay. So did you play cards while you're in the Navy? Because I know y'all be out on the ship for long periods of time. Did you play poker while you was in the Navy?
Um, my early days, nah, I was too busy chasing women. Like I was just chasing women and
Hmm.
traveling, doing stuff I was traveling all 50 states, and then too, I was in a long distance relationship with my ex-wife for like 3 years. So
Hmm.
uh, I can talk about it now because they came in to me. But my early in my career, every 2 weeks I was flying DC from San Diego. Like
Hmm.
every 2 to 3 weeks, I was flying from San Diego to DC to go see her, and I did that for
Hmm.
like 2.5 years.
Hmm. Wow.
Yeah, for
Wow.
2.5 years.
Wow.
Just
That's
because they told me if you can make it through a long distance relationship, y'all can make it through whatever. Yeah, that ain't true.
yeah.
That ain't true.
Well, I know you had a lot of what you call them frequent flyer miles.
See, at the time, I didn't because I never signed up for it. I didn't sign up. I didn't know nothing about that until the half of a year when I was flying before I transferred. And I was
Yeah.
like, I look back at the ticket. I still got the tickets to this day because I be telling people like when we do podcasts and people talk about long distance relationship, and I know they're gonna do it. I bring the receipts. I be like, I did a long distance relationship. My ex wife can tell you that I used to fly out there all the time. There'll be
Yeah.
times where she'll be mad at me. I'd be like, yep, I know what you need. Let me go ahead and catch this flight real quick. My job, then I left. I'll just be gone. And I'll be back
Yeah.
before I go to work.
Dang.
Like I
So
did that for 2.5 years.
yeah, that's a lot. What's the best thing about you? What was the best thing about you joining the Navy? And would you recommend other young men to join the Navy?
I wouldn't just say the Navy specific. I say figure out which branch would fit you. For me, um, the Navy grew on me because I didn't know nothing. I knew I wasn't going to the Army. I tried to go to the Army, and the Army told me I didn't score high enough, and I'm like, you got to score higher to join the Navy.
Hmm.
You only need a 31 to get to join y'all. I scored
Hmm.
a I scored a 92 the first time.
Hmm.
I scored a 92, and then when I went back to take the the test before you leave, I made a 39 because I was drunk.
Yeah, yeah.
And they still put me in, and they gave me IT. But I will tell anybody, get that opportunity. It don't matter if you do 3 years. Think about it. 3 years of your life, you already thrown away doing nothing. Might as well go ahead and serve for 3 years and then get out, get 100% disability. The military, it really is a cheat code for life.
Mm.
Like you got people right now, like I got a few buddies that got out, they getting 100% disability. Now you getting between $3,800 to $4,200 a month,
Hmm.
tax free. So I tell
Yeah.
anybody, if you want to travel, you want to see the world, join the military. Now, don't be like some people I see that join the Navy, be like, oh, I'm in the Navy, but I don't want to go on the ship. But it's the Navy, you go on the ship.
Yeah. You gonna go on a
So
ship.
they just like me saying, I want to join the army, but I don't want to be on the ground. How else I'm gonna get there?
Don't make no sense.
Exactly. So I tell anybody, I'm one of the people that you come to and talk to. I'm gonna tell you the truth. You want to see what I made
Okay.
when I first joined? I still got my first paycheck when I first got to the fleet. Not
Hmm.
while I was in school, because them paychecks a little different. And I told
Hmm.
people, I'm one of them lucky people. I'm knock on wood. I'm one of them lucky people who didn't have to get married before they joined. While they were joined to get the extra money, I was getting that as soon as I got in. It was
Hmm.
just right place, right time for me. I never
Okay.
lived in the barracks, never got a chance to live the barrack stories. There
Hmm.
were people that used to play poker, but like I said, back then I was all about the women, and I was just looking
Yeah,
at
you was too
different
busy. You was too
races
busy
and
chasing women. You weren't thinking about no cars.
mm-mm. And then
So,
it sucks because they
oh,
took me to the casino. I
hmm.
never been to the casino. They took me to the casino in 2014, and when I went to that casino, man, I was playing blackjack. I'll never forget it. They had a
Hmm.
poker blackjack. It was poker blackjack. So basically, you play your two cards, and then you can make a hand out of the day cards. And if you hit the board, you get paid. My first time ever playing it, I got quads, and I thought I was rich. I'm young. I'm 19. I'm 20. I'm 20 at the time. I thought I was
Hmm.
rich. I'm talking about.
So,
I ain't never seen $5,000 in cash in my hand, like holding it
yes.
in my hand. And
Hmm.
I'm a nigga. I've had it all in 20s and 10s. 20s and 10s. I had them.
What? Hey, what about this big?
Bro, what? They were like, we got some hundred 20s and 10s. I said, give me a couple of pies.
Yeah.
I still got that picture to this day because I couldn't believe it. I still got that picture to this day.
That's cool. What? Uh, what you like? When did you start comedy, and what made you pursue it? How did you get into comedy, and what made you pursue it?
Honestly, it was, me being myself in the Navy, but when I got to Jacksonville, Florida in 2016, I did a deployment.
Hmm.
in 17. I went on deployment, and during the time period, I used to go to work, and people see me, and I'll be like joking. And I had this homeboy that I had a homeboy like me and him like brothers, and I used to joke on him all the time. Like me and him used to go with it, but when they come at me, I'm coming back. Like I'm firing off, firing
Mm-hmm.
off. And then a lot of people don't understand this about me. I used to be short. Like I didn't get this height until I was like 16.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be real short. I was 5'1" as a freshman.
Oh
So
wow.
I used to get picked on a lot. Like people used to pick on me. I'm like 130 pounds, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like not even 130. I don't even think I was 100 pounds.
Mm.
I was the smallest one on the field. I used to always try to play every sport, but so I'll never forget it. His name was Carly. He was a BM type. He came up to me. He was like, "Man, you should try comedy." So I'm like, "Man, nigga, you just talking." And then he just kept saying it, kept saying it, kept saying it. And then they know other people around the ship was saying it. So I was like, you know what? Let me. I never knew what a comedian was, so I was like,
Mm-hmm.
let me try the shit. So I made a show up. I had one of my homeboys who do comedy come down, and I'm over here like just freestyling. I
Mm-hmm.
freestyled for like 15 minutes. I only got them niggas to laugh one time. My last joke, and I made that up on the spot because I had to figure something out.
Yeah.
And then I watched my homeboy perform. I was like, oh nigga, I'm behind. I got
Mm-hmm.
on stage. Luckily, these are my friends, so this was a friendly show. So after that day right there, it just clicked on me that I was like, all right, you got to get serious. And then I started doing gigs. I did open mics.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then I just happened to be in the right spot, right time for a lot of stuff. So I did the JJ Williamson, and then that show wasn't even bad. Like, yeah, I didn't get no standing ovation, but I didn't bomb. Now
Mm-hmm.
I did bomb. I'll never forget it. January 3rd, 2019, before my son was born,
Mm-hmm.
I bombed, bombed.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm talking about it was so bad. Dude told me to get the fuck off stage before I even got on the stage.
Wow.
Like that's how bad you knew it was gonna be. Like I tell people, if you think you gonna do comedy, you better have some tough skin. The hardest places that you go do comedy is Jacksonville, Florida, Atlanta, and LA, and New York.
Wow.
Them the four places. And that right there on the 19th, I'll never forget it. January 3rd, 2019. I almost
Mm-hmm.
quit comedy that day. But it was funny because as soon as I bombed, I got over 1,300 friend requests from all comedians. And I'm like, how they hear about me? Like how?
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I took a break. I took off 4 months. I literally watched comedy every day. I studied it. I
Mm-hmm.
started looking back at the old Def Comedy Jams, and now I'm like, okay, I think I got a hold of it. Get to San
Mm-hmm.
Diego, I kill. Get to San Diego, go to another night, I kill. Now I'm in the rhythm. Like now I'm in a comedy room, and now they messing with me. So next thing you know, I end up getting on America Got Talent.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, I go to Hawaii. My first day there, I'm I just happened to be in the right spot, right time. Now I did a little thing with Mike Epps. Then after that, I did my own show on New Year's Day. And mindful, I haven't been there a month.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did a show with Cat William artists. And that's how I was able to get in contact with and visit, not visit, but meet Cat Williams because of his artist is my protege. I mean, I'm his protege.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a good one. Then this past like last weekend, not last weekend, but the weekend before, I was down here in Tampa. I was with Michael Coyers.
Yeah. Yeah.
This my second time with him. And the thing is, and I can sit there and say this, and people will go try to come at me some type of way. But yeah, when I first did the show, my first 3 minutes on stage, I had them. I
Mm-hmm.
bit my tongue on stage, and I had a brain fart, like I did.
Mm-hmm.
And Michael came up to me and told me, he said that shit was trash.
Mm-hmm.
He straight up told me. Everybody else was like, "Oh, how you doing?" But guess what? I got 39 new followers. I
Mm-hmm.
had women coming up to me trying to give me their phone number. I gave them. I always give out my social media. I don't give out my phone number. I
Mm-hmm.
gave them my social media. Then they over here buying all the merch because I'm like this. You got to support coming. They were like, "Oh, you just stay with it, take a picture." I'm over here taking pictures like I'm the headliner.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm like, this set couldn't be bad if the people still fucking with me.
Mm-hmm.
So I took that and I said, you know what, let me continue to grow because like this week I got a show Friday. I supposed to have one Saturday, but it's just a show Friday. We're gonna go knock this out in Haines City, Florida, and then I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
try to come back and I'm gonna see what I can do with the Gary Owens. I gotta get the Gary Owens show.
Yeah.
I'm telling everybody, whatever it come down to, I don't care if I have to use the military background to get that show.
Yeah.
I want the Gary Owens show.
Yeah. That's awesome. Also, I looked on your Instagram. I also seen you took a picture with Bruce. Bruce, did you meet Bruce? And how was that?
Man, Bruce, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Now that one, I was a little starstruck because
Yeah.
my uncle is a big Bruce fan. So the whole comedy thing for me is it was already in me. I just never knew where it was because my uncle used to like me and him used to watch. This is how me and him connected because my uncle don't talk like he don't talk.
Mm-hmm.
We used to watch Def Comedy Jam. We used to watch the Martin Show, Richard Pryor Show, Jamie Foxx Show, and he used to just show me all these comics, and I'm just like, okay. And I used to be like, dang, I act just like them. I act just like
Mm-hmm.
them.
Yeah.
And you know, and I asked him down the road, I was like, hey, why you never told me to do comedy? He said, that's your life, it ain't mine. He said, it was in you. We watched it together. You related to him, but you got to do it on your own. So when
Mm-hmm.
I met Bruce, I was like, oh shit, you know what? Let me talk to him. So now I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, now you got two Georgia boys. You an Atlanta native. I'm not an Atlanta native, but I used to live up there.
Mm-hmm.
I lived up there, so I know enough to get around. And everybody know when I get out of the military, I'm moving back. So Bruce was able to talk to me. He gave me some pointers. He
Mm-hmm.
gave me his contact information, and we just chopped it up. And I told him straight up to his face, I said, listen, at the end of the day, I'm not one of the people that's finna ask you to put me on. I just wanted you to give me some real deal advice. That's all. And me and
Mm-hmm.
him, we chopped it up. Like we speak to this day. Like, he'll be like, "What's going on, young brother?" That's how he'll be. And then I'll be like,
Yeah.
"What's going on, partner?" And
Yeah.
it's just cool because like another one, Miss Barbara Carline. That's another big inspiration. Like a lot of people sleep on Miss Barbara, but Miss Barbara was the one that helped me jumpstart my career too.
Mm-hmm.
So she was on Def Comedy Jam back in the day. My uncle knew about her back in the day. So like now that my uncle is literally watching me be with these like iconic legends and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
he's like damn, this boy used to really be in the house with me watching these folks on TV. Now he's actually with them.
Yes.
So it's pretty cool. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool
Now,
because it's
is when you see these big uh, comedy stars, is are most of them like approachable, or are there some that's just not approachable, that's not like use the word like I guess humble? Uh, are most of them approachable, are there some just
most
not humble?
of them are approachable, but it's the way you approach them.
Mm-hmm.
It's more or less like you have to be approachable because you got to think about it. They go get people to come to them all the time. Everybody go come to them all the time. So it's like, prime example when I met Nick Cannon. This is before the fame, but not before the fame. Before I started doing comedy, right? Nick Cannon's mother lived in San Diego, and it was a girl. She was a nurse, and she knew them, so she let me meet him. Nick Cannon is one of the most like down to earth people I've met in the industry. Like now, did he speak to me for a little bit? Yeah, he gave me about 3 to 4 minutes of his time. Then he was gone.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward 20 2019, I
Mm-hmm.
flew back home to Atlanta. I was on leave. I flew back home to Atlanta to go to Wildin' Out. I wanted to audition for it. So now the people that's there, they was like chilling, but you got people that's trying to get there, then you got people that's already there. So
Mm-hmm.
like when I met them, it was like they was easy to approach to. Some you just gotta know how to talk to people. Cause I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna run up on you. Cause like for example, I'm not gonna run up on DC because that's like he might hit you because you gotta think about he gotta know if you a fan or you trying to rob him type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Cause back then he was still like street dude. This is not what
Mm-hmm.
he is right now.
Mm-hmm.
So you just gotta know who you working with. Now I will say this, TK Kirkland, nah,
Can't talk to him.
Yeah, if it's about money.
Yeah.
I wasn't even trying to take no picture with him. I was trying to get information because he said something on stage because he always putting you on game. And I was trying to ask him a question after the show about the stock market. He was telling us to invest in the stock because TK would help you put money in your pocket.
Hmm.
Man, TK made me wait 2 shows before he spoke to me. And you know what he
Wow.
said?
What he
Appreciate you
said?
coming. Appreciate you coming and walk the hell on.
Wow.
And I was like, bro, ain't that about it?
Yeah.
And that right there, that one right there was the one that like, I ain't fucking with these niggas no more. Like I ain't fucking with these niggas no more. So I had to like take it back, and I was like, when I started meeting celebrities and meeting them, talking to them in person, I was like, okay, how can I not look like a groupie, but show that I'm a business person and I'm serious about what I'm doing, and I'm not about to be like, oh, what got you started with comedy? Because I learned this: a comedian go tell you how they started if they like you, they'll hold a
Hmm.
conversation with you.
Hmm.
So it's just on you. Make yourself likable, make yourself valuable. So like me, I use my vehicles to my advantage.
Hmm.
So when you see my cars, you'll be like, damn, nigga, where'd you get that from?
Hmm.
Facebook. Say what? Facebook. Doing comedy on Facebook, YouTube. Oh, for real? Yeah.
So what kind of cars you got?
I got a 2011 Camaro lime green with the white stripe. I got an Audi A7. I got a Honda. Uh, every now and then I bring out the Lamborghini Urus. So
Oh
I got a
wow.
buddy. So I got a buddy. A lot of people don't know this, but so my buddy owns the car,
Hmm.
but it's a luxury rental. I detail the car for him, but he will let me drive it if I ask him, like, "Hey, bro, let me drive it to work or let me drive it." He'll let me
Hmm.
do it. So what I do when I get it in my possession, I'm taking pictures with it. I'm taking videos with it. I'm gonna make at least 8 days of content with it and upload it.
Mm. Gotcha.
So now people, hold on, you probably seen it on my own social media.
Okay.
If you scrolled on my page, if you scroll on my page, you will definitely see it. And you
Okay.
see all my cars on my page.
Okay.
And then I ride a lot of slingshots. Like
Okay.
you during the summer, you can see me on the slingshot.
Oh, do you think that are there any similarities between uh comedy and poker? Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah, lime green too. So you know what would be wrong if you have the years and the Camaro coming back to back, lime green on lime green.
That's what I'm probably gonna do that, but I'm waiting to get it. I'm gonna get the Camaro repainted. I'm gonna
Okay.
repaint it the same color. I had some damage done to it. I just had to get it taken care of.
Yeah.
And you just said, what is there any similarity with comedy and poker?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. The number
Okay.
one gonna be patient. Two, you gotta be patient and you gotta be humble. Like comedy go humble you.
Uh-huh.
Poker can humble you too. You go in
Yes.
there being cocky and arrogant, you can get tore down by the most the worst player in history.
Mm-hmm.
And then just like with comedy, you just gotta be creative. And then with poker, you like poker, I look at it like this. You gotta make yourself unreadable. make
Mm-hmm.
make 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 your next move unpredictable.
Okay.
That's how I look at it. With comedy, everybody know your next move. Your next move is to be the best person you can be from yesterday. Your next move is to be how can I get this going while I'm getting paid to do it full time. That's your next move. So now you got to look at the different avenues of like now it's the merch game. So you got to get the merch. You got to get the like get some type of clothing. Get us like I know a lot of people like cigars and they
Mm-hmm.
like they like to smoke. They like to drink. So what I do, I got cup holders with my phrase on it. I got lighters. I got uh
Mm-hmm.
t-shirts, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
working on some hats. I gotta get some hats. I just gotta get me a good
I'm
quote so
definitely.
I can just stick with it.
What? Where can I buy your merchandise from?
Oh, I ain't got no website. You just gotta meet me in person. I just drop them off. Normally when I pack a
Okay.
bag, so I keep a
Okay.
suitcase. I keep a suitcase by my door because
Uh-huh.
I'm always ready. Cause like another thing I learned in childhood, always stay ready. You don't never have to be ready. If you stay ready, you never have to get ready. So what I always do, I keep
Mm-hmm.
a spend the night bag in both of my cars, and I keep
Mm-hmm.
my merchandise in a bag by my door. So if I leave, I just grab and go. So even if I go to the store, I'm still gonna take that bag with me just in case somebody call me and be like, "Hey, we got a pop-up show. You want to make it?" I'm on the way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the way.
Definitely.
So yeah.
All right. I know. Man, thank you for your time, man. I appreciate you. I got one more question for you,
Go ahead.
and we're gonna wrap it up. Man, well, what I do want to say is, man, thank you for taking time out your day and talking to me. I really do appreciate this. And do you incorporate the Navy or poker in your routines when you're doing comedy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Okay.
and the reason why I had to, well, at first I was just doing poker. I was just doing poker just because I'll be like, what my hustlers at, what my gamblers at, and then that's how I get them on my side. I can talk about the dice game, talk about the poker, and then the military. I didn't start talking about the military in my sets until you can look on my page. You'll see that it's pinned. I'm in my white uniform. It's the very first
Mm-hmm.
post. So from there, I had to start doing military jokes because now I made a big name for myself. So
Mm-hmm.
once I did that, I was able to just be like, all right, I can do this. Now let me win over the military. Like now I gotta sit here and start making up a game plan of how to make skits for the military or make memes for the military. So
Yeah,
so that's how I look at it.
that's what's up. Darius, you got any upcoming shows, events that you want to talk
Uh
about or speak about real quick?
January 17th, I will be in Haines City. I'm going to upload all the flyers on IG and Facebook. You can follow me at on IG and Facebook at DANDRE DOTTS. And that's on all platforms, even on YouTube, TikTok. Um, After that, I don't have a show for a week, but I will be in attendance down at the Funny Bone to watch DL Hookley on the 24th through the 27th or
Mm-hmm.
26th of this month, and then the following week is Gary Owens. That's the show I'm trying to make sure I'm on. I'm trying to do whatever I got to do with my power to open up for Gary Owens down here in Tampa because that's going to be another milestone for me because of his background, him being in the Navy back in the day as well. So I'm taking his steps, and also um, I have a well, I got a show coming up somewhere. I just can't think of. Oh, I got a show coming up in Naples, Florida. I don't know where it's at, but it's in Naples. I don't know where
Mm-hmm.
Naples at.
Naples is about it's about 2.5 hours from Tampa. It's down south.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
down south. It's Rat Pass, Fort Myers. Then you got Bonita Springs. Then you got Naples. It's a it's
Okay. I
about it's
know.
about it's about a 2.5 hour drive from Tampa, St.
Okay.
Pete
I know
area.
where. I know where. What's calling it? Fort Myers. So if it's
Yeah,
that way,
it's
I know where
it's
I'm
it's
going.
literally like 30. It's like 30 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes past Fort Myers.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, yeah,
I think there'll be a good. It's gonna be a good, clean show.
definitely. All right, bro, man. I thank you for your time, man. Hey, I'm gonna look forward to playing with you again, my brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. All right, D.